Hello there, and welcome to my 18th 3D tutorial. And this tutorial is my easiest 3D ever update, as you can see here. Now, I've had a series of 4 rooms to show you the latest updates that I have. So, as you can see here, this is the first room. It is terrain. So it works perfectly, just to show you that, and it's much easier to do it too. So now next room. This room here is just a block and a bunch of other blocks hovering. Now I can jump on them perfectly, no code required. Okay, there we go. I can also collision with them if their Z is 0. Same as mine. Then I can hit them and fall back. So yeah, that's this room. And this room is model collisions. As you can see here, I have a really weird looking model. Very weird looking. And I can have collisions with it. Now this requires lots of code and a DLL, and it's probably the hardest part I had to deal with here. So yeah, I can show you how to do model collisions. Now this isn't an actual model that I'm collisioning with, it's a lesser detailed one. If it were actually this detailed, my computer would completely and utterly freeze. Now here's the next one, and the last room. Something I haven't really dealt with since my second 2D tutorial, or 3D tutorial. Drawing sprites that are always facing me. As you can see here, we have a bunch of sprites that are always facing me, and it's quite easy to do this too. Alrighty, so now I'm going to quickly show you how I did all this. Alrighty, so room 1, player 1. So this would be the terrain one. So D3D start, Z equals 0. That's how to start the camera 3D guy. You don't have to put this in for any of the other people. So now draw first person view. That's it. That'll add the view and the moving. Now here's the gex here. This is everything. Now there are some things that I didn't cover, and that's because I covered them in my last tutorial and they haven't changed, except for the icons. Changed a bit, but not much. Alrighty. So now, terrain object, same as before, make it the same depth. And then terrain create, choose the sprite, draw, terrain draw. Now this is basically the same as before, except for one major difference. Terrain Z, this is all you have to do. You don't have to add an extra script like you did in my last one. So this, yep. That's how to do it. Now you also have to put it in create event, otherwise you're gonna have some problems with your Z. And then enter, just move to the next room. Alrighty, so that's how that one works. And now this one is the jumping on objects one. So as you can see here, D3D start is all you need to add. Draw. Third person view, you have to choose your player. And then draw floor, choose the texture. Draw. Now this gives you more options as to the exact size and placement of your box, and you can do this with any shape. These are the default, and then you choose your texture. That's how you draw the block. And then collision with object 2, collision shape. So you just have to choose yourself, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty easy when you collision with that object. Now this object has to be created event. Instead of just setting Z to 0, you have to put this in. Now it sets a few variables, and also you can choose your Z. So I just made it random terrain. And then in draw event, you just draw your shape as you normally would, and it'll have perfect collisions. Alrighty. Now next, this would be the model collisions. A little bit more complicated. For one, you have to merge it with a file called collision code that I'm also going to give you. And then that gives you all of these scripts, which is a lot of scripts, trust me. And just goes on. Anyway, now all you have to do then is in collision, in your player that's gonna have the collisions, collision start 1. You have to set your exact size. So this will be the size of the block or shape that you're drawing. And if it's a model, then you're gonna have to find the block size of that. And collision start 2, you have to choose the objects you're going to collision with. You have to pick the number here. And in my case, I'm only collisioning with 1 model. And then here it is, and then I have to make all the other ones empty and type in the name of the object there. Alright, and then in collision step, once again I have to choose the size of my model, not the Z, just the size here. And then draw, nothing really changes. And in this object, alright, now it's going to come, the merged file is going to come with an object that's going to give you this code here. And then you just have to load the model as you normally would here. But then you also have to load it here the exact same way. Unless, like what I did, is I loaded a higher definition model here, and then the same size model but very low definition here. That way, it would look cool, but yeah, it wouldn't slow down your computer. And then draw a model as you normally would. Alrighty. Then you have to choose. Now in this one, this would be the draw wall. So D3D create, and then draw first person view, and then draw floor very easily. Alright, now here it's quite easy. Set variables at 0 step. This is just some code to make you face the player. Now this is only if you want to do this. That's why I didn't add it in as an always, which I could have done. Now here we go. Just draw sprite. Choose the sprite. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then there you have it. Now for installing the 3D Gex or extension, if you already have it in, then you must bring it back. Install, find it, and then yes, okay, and then move it back. There you have it. That's how to be installed, and installing is the exact same way. So yeah, once again I will quickly run through all of the rooms that show you how to do it. Alrighty. Alrighty, so here we have the perfect terrain. Works pretty nicely. And then in this one, we have the jumping on objects. If I can get on the object, there we go. Jumping on objects. Getting off. And in this one, we have the same idea, except for its model collisions. With a big, weird model. There we go. And then in this one, drawing sprites. Easiest part. So if you're looking to make a pretty cool game that is 2D, but you just want everything to stand up like it's 3D, then this is how to draw sprite. So yeah, that's all I have to show you for this 18th 3D tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.